So let me tell you about the time that God called me an adulteress. So God gave me a dream about this pastor that was pastoring this church that I was attending. And in the dream, we were all in his office. It was me, this white guy who was my friend, and the pastor was in the office. And the pastor stepped out real quick, so I hurried up and grabbed his phone because I'm trying to see if he's the same person in real life as he presents him to be. And he's not black, but he was in his phone. He was talking real ghetto or whatever, but he wasn't like cussing or anything. And then he came back, and so I tried to rush and put the phone back so he couldn't see me. So when the pastor came back in, he was like, I want to show y'all something. And so we were sitting in the office, and there's just a wall, like on the whole, like right hand side. Nothing is there, right? It's just the inner part of his office. It's the wall. But then as he was like, I want to show y'all something, a door appears, and this door is bolted down, top to bottom. Like there's a lot of locks. And as he's like, I want to show y'all, he's like unbolting and opening the door, right? And so we get up and we follow him into this door. But essentially, as soon as you walk into the door, you have to hit a left. And it's this long hallway, right? So as we're going down the hallway, it's this stench that smacks us in the face. And the white dude immediately was like, he couldn't handle it. You hear me? And we keep walking. I'm like, what is that? I didn't say anything, but in my mind, I'm like, what is that? As we're walking, I see feet stretched out on the floor, poking out from like a doorway, right? So it's a doorway at the end of the hallway, and feet are sticking out. But it's draped in this really thick plastic that we see on TV and like movies and stuff. And so I knew then that there's a dead body. The stench is a dead body. A few more paces, the white dude was out. He was like, And so we get to the end of the hallway. The pastor, he was in front of us leading the way. The pastor hit the corner, so I don't even see him no more. And then as I come to the end of the hallway, I see multiple dead bodies draped in plastic. I said, oh, he's a murderer. And so he comes back, and now I'm like, I'm solo dolo. The white dude left, and I was like, oh, he was like, where'd the white guy go? I was like, oh, it's not that he was, it was the stench. He couldn't handle the smell. It's not like the dead bodies was alarming or anything like that. He was just, it was the smell. He couldn't handle that. So that was the end of the dream. So when I woke up, I was very much taking all of my dreams literally. So I was like, we need to call 911. This man is a murderer. He's hiding bodies in his office. And like, I can show y'all the way. There's a door. You probably knock on the wall and the door will appear. I don't know. But it wasn't natural. It wasn't physical, right? God was revealing the condition of his heart. And so God wanted me to go, crazy word. God wanted me to go and tell this man that God revered his heart as evil and that he was a murderer. I said, you want who to go say what? So basically I had told God no or whatever. That sounds crazy in retrospect, but in real life I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm uncomfortable. That makes me very uncomfortable. I don't want to do that. So we're hosting, I was over the prayer ministry and I was holding all night prayer. And so I was there and I was giving God the space to speak, and I was just writing down everything what he was saying. And then he was like, yeah, he called me an adulteress. And I was like, clearly I had heard God wrong. Like, what you mean an adulteress? And he kept going because I allowed him the space to speak. And he said that I was choosing my comfortability over him, and I feared the face of man more than I feared his face. That I revered man greater than I did him. And essentially he was calling me Saul, because Saul feared man more than he feared God. And that's why Saul was replaced and removed, and God took him down as king and he put David in his place. And it was in that moment I was like, man, I gotta go tell this pastor this dream. I gotta go tell this pastor this dream. Because one thing about me, God can tell me once, but he ain't gonna have to tell me twice. And I could not live with the fact that I was choosing my comfortability over him. So let this be a testament. If God is telling you to do something, if God is irking you and provoking you to do a thing, if he's giving you an instruction, if he's giving you a dream, a revelation, if he has given you any kind of information and he told you to do something with it, if he has given you any kind of insight and he has given you an instruction, if you have gifts, calling, something that he's been calling you to do and you have not done it, if he has given you a book to write, call me. But if he has given you a book to write and you have not done it, if he has given you direction, guidance, leading, and you are not responding, let this be your clarion call. Stop what you're doing right now and go do it. Do not choose yourself over God. Do not fear man. Do not fear the outcome. Do not fear what's going to happen. Do not fear anything more than you fear God. Go and be obedient and submit to what his direction and his intention was. Go and be obedient and submit to his will His guidance, His direction, His revelation, and do what it is that He has told you to do.